The longer I thought about it, it just feels like this is an announcement by the Ducks that they are going to do some shit this offseason.
Let's begin in this long stretch between games 3 and 4 of the Stanley Cup Final with the Anaheim Ducks, who are getting Chris Kreider from the Rangers for a prospect and a pick. Frank Saravalli all over it yesterday evening, all over that something was being discussed, something was going to happen, didn't have yet what it was going to be, and now it's going to be a prospect and a pick. And this is very interesting for the Anaheim Ducks because Chris Kreider, as you know, is a 34-year-old left wing with 2 more years on his contract at $6.5 million. The Anaheim Ducks are a team with the worst power play in the league and $38.68 million in salary cap space. That is before adding Chris Kreider. We saw this report yesterday and we were like, the Ducks want to turn into the 2021 New York Rangers, and that is stupid. What are they doing? That was my initial thought. What was your initial thought?
And yeah, it was just like they're just collecting old Rangers. That was that first easy arrival to a takeaway. But the more that I thought about it, I mean, obviously the Ducks need power play help, and Chris Kreider should help them do that. They were dead last in the league in power play this past season. But the longer I thought about it, it just feels like this is an announcement by the Ducks that they are going to do some shit this offseason.
I love this for the Ducks, mainly because it is a starter's pistol that they're going to do some shit. They can add Chris Kreider. Like I saw a lot of stuff about like, will the Rangers retain it? Don't need to. Just give up as little as you can. Take on the $6.5 million. You are very much good for it. You have so much space. We've all heard the rumors about them going after Mitch Marner. If you are adding Chris Kreider on the left side, Mitch Marner on the right side, this opens doors as to what they might be doing afterwards, because after this move, after the Kreider move, they got $32.15 million in cap space. And yes, they're going to need to save some of that money because as their young guys come up, the Cutter Gauthiers of the world, the Leo Carlsons of the world, they're going to need to shell out big money for those boys. But for now, their current left wings, before adding Chris Kreider, Troy Terry, 27-year-old wing mostly wing who has 4 straight 20-goal seasons. He's signed till 2030. That guy's not going anywhere. Cutter Gauthier on his entry-level contract. It was a big stink getting that guy there in the first place. He's not going anywhere. Then you got Trevor Zegras, 25 years old, entering the last year of his contract, after which he will become an RFA. And I think that bangs you over the head with a big mallet that says, sign Marner, trade Zegras.
Yeah, I feel like a Zegras trade would not shock me at this point in time. I'm very, very intrigued by what the Ducks plan to do this season and in the next few seasons. Like, what do they think that they're not necessarily a window, but like where are they trying to get to in the next couple of years? Because they're clearly going in a direction where they want to get a little bit more experience to pair with these younger guys. And if you go out and get Kreider, like, what do you think you're going to be next year, especially if you make a couple big splashes in free agency?
I think that they are a fringe playoff team, and they kind of were a fringe playoff team this year. But if you sign Marner, trade Zegras, you're obviously getting something for Zegras.
Right.
I don't know what it would look like, but even taking out whatever they're going to get for Zegras, if they trade for Kreider, sign Marner, and trade Zegras, your top 6 is probably looking like the 6 guys being Terry, Strome, Marner, Gauthier, Carlson, Vetrano. That is a good solid top 6. And then your third line is going to have Chris Kreider, Mason McTavish, I should say, and Alex Killorn, which would be a really good third line.
Yeah, unless McTavish gets offer sheeted this offseason. Probably
He's
not.
not.
Probably not.
I'm the offer sheet stuff, and I know there's another name out there now that is being floated, Jack McBain. The guys that are going to get offer sheeted are going to be the
lower rung guys,
the second or third round pick guys. It's going to be McBain. It's going to be Maverick Bourque. It's not going to be the guys like if you're signing Mason McTavish to an offer sheet, you're giving up first round picks to get that guy. And teams that would be in that position, man, like I'm just so afraid of potentially giving up the pick that could be first overall next year.
You could also throw a potential John Gibson trade into that that offseason barrel. Like the Ducks are emerging as one of the more fascinating teams to watch this offseason, and I think that the Chris Kreider, like you mentioned, is a starter pistol for this team.
Yeah. What about, you said they trade John Gibson? What about something with Boston? Just off the top of my head, something with Boston. Gibson goes to Boston. Swayman goes to Anaheim. Zegras goes to Boston.
No, just no interest in that. Like, and I don't think that Anaheim needs a goaltender. Like Lucas Dostal is their goaltender.
But if they want to recreate the best goaltending situation that has existed in recent years,
I guess I don't understand why you do that from a Boston standpoint either. Like if I'm doing that trade, I want McTavish. I want I want a lot more than Trevor Zegras.
Yeah, and I feel like McTavish probably holds more value than Jeremy Swayman right now because he's young, although you don't know what the contract's going to look like. But Ducks knocking on the door hard. They got a good new coach. Their roster is good already, and they're clearly about to make it better. They're banging on the door. Who comes out in the West if they do become a playoff team? Playoff teams this year: Winnipeg, Dallas, Colorado, Vegas, LA, Edmonton, Minnesota, St. Louis. Minnesota, I will know because you would say it's probably going to be one of the wild card teams, and maybe it will be. But Minnesota they're going to have a lot of money to spend too, and they've got Zeev coming in. And rookie defensemen don't usually lead teams to the playoffs, but he's going into an already good team whose arrow is pointing up. And then St. Louis, that's their first year under Montgomery. I would say that St. Louis is the most likely to fall out from that group, but they're going to have Holloway healthy, a year older, a year better. Like, they're also ascending.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's impossible to project this early in the offseason, but like I would say if you're looking at those teams, St. Louis, given that they like didn't lose a game in the second half of the year, that's probably the most non-repeatable type thing that I would look at. I think Anaheim's ready to make a jump. I would also say like Utah Hockey Club poised for a big offseason that could push them into a position where maybe they're knocking on the door. So, yeah, I mean, this is we said it like even before heading to the event yesterday on the drive to the Bauer event. Like this is going to be a fascinating offseason in a number of different areas with the cap going up, with a lot of teams feeling like they're knocking on the door, just kind of the free agency. Like the free agent class is not amazing. So a lot of teams maybe going to have to think outside the box if they want to reposition themselves.
And you have to worry about next year's free agency. What if those guys that are coming up are going to be available? Mm-hmm. Not that I don't think McDavid is going to hit the market, but what if Jack Eichel does? Every team in the league needs to have money set aside for Jack Eichel.
We all silly like the mayor.